For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check out g2a.com, and if you need any Ultimate Team coins, then head over to FIFA. The code CHES will get you a discount on both sites, and all links are down below. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again, and welcome to episode number 39 of the Chelsea Career Mode. We start with one of today's two big games against Manchester City away from home. Here's your team news.
Several changes for Manchester City. Wilfredo Caballero plays in goal. Pablo Zabaleta starts with Gael Clichy as the wide defenders. Luka Modric starts, still very thrilled about that hat-trick he scored. Stefan Jovetic is the main striker today. Here's the Chelsea lineup. Thibaut Courtois starts in goal. Carvajal starts with Ricardo Rodriguez in the fullback positions. Eden Hazard starts with Hulk on the flanks. In attack, Diego Costa starts. He was man of the match last time out.
How good does those Manchester City fans sound? Absolutely incredible. But anyway, coming into this game, City obviously not had the best of starts to the season, along with Arsenal and Liverpool, and actually not going to get the best of starts to this one either. Really unlucky the fact that that shot was at least on target. Perhaps they were going to get a corner as Courtois pushed it around the post, but it hit the injured man on the floor and he was deemed to be offside. Rightly so, obviously, but still rather unfortunate. They did get a stroke of luck there, though, as Modric wins the ball back off the tackle from Carvajal as he falls to the ground. You heard in the build-up, Modric apparently scored a hat-trick last time out, so we know he's dangerous, but this time Courtois does push it around the post for a corner. Luckily for me, nothing came of it. So we're into the second half now. It was a really slow first half. They were the only two chances of it, and Fofana takes it around Rodriguez here, slots in James Milner, who in turn takes it around the goalkeeper, pops it in the back of the net. The crowd go wild, but you can see the linesman there with his flag up. Milner's furious, but he was just offside. You'll see as the ball slotted here, just times his run slightly wrong, and is about half a yard the wrong side of the defensive line. So lucky for us, but we're going to go straight up the other end just a couple of minutes later. Nemanja Matic squares the ball across to Oscar. Great first touch and a beautiful finish as well. Nothing Caballero could do about that one. We take ourselves a 1-0 lead almost exactly in the 50th minute to the second. Beautiful sight from Oscar. He's been unlucky in recent games, had numerous chances and not necessarily found the back of the net, although he did eventually score against Atleti in yesterday's episode. But they're going to come even closer to a goal here. Milner's already had the ball in the back of the net once and had it ruled out, and this time finds the outside of the post with that header. Free man at the back, but we're actually going to catch him on the counter here from that chance. Hulk's into the box, obviously going to try and get it onto his left, but sadly then fires it straight at the goalkeeper. Almost reads where Hulk was going to try and put that Caballero and bats it away really well. Scott Sinclair starting for City, which is quite surprising, not quite unsurprising, but they've come up our end. He's involved in that move, squares it across, and what a save by Courtois to get that up and over the top of the bar. Wonderful outstretched right hand to make sure that we keep our clean sheet for now, and so far we're doing okay. We're still 1-0 up. Can we make it 2? Ramirez into the box. The deflection from Clichy leaves the goalkeeper motionless and it comes off the top of the bar. That's the closest that either side came to a goal from that opening Oscar chance, but that was the only one that counted. 1-0 to Chelsea, the scoreline away at the Etihad, and delighted to come away with all 3 points. So we're back home for the next big game of today's episode against Spurs. Now this fixture is actually one that we lost quite heavily last year as Spurs were running away at the top of the table. They're a little bit closer to us this time around. As you can see, Man United are the team at the top, but again we'll start with some team news before we get into it.
Here's the Chelsea lineup. Thibaut Courtois starts in goal. Felipe Luis starts with Carvajal in the fullback positions. Ramirez starts with Nemanja Matic in central midfield. In attack, Diego Costa starts. He's been in tremendous form recently. Quite a lot of changes in this Spurs lineup. Michel Vorm starts today, replacing Brad Friedel, who's been taken out of the firing line. Benoit Assou-Ekotto replaces Danny Rose, who's been out of sorts lately. Nacer Chadli comes in for Aaron Lennon, who's not played well lately. Roberto Soldado is the main striker today.
So Tottenham have a very, very strong side out against the Sea. As they did last season, they came away, like we said, with a 3-1 win in this exact fixture last year, and we had to rely on Courtois there not once but twice as Paulinho nicks the ball off Ramirez to have the secondary shot. They are going to pick up the corner from that chance though and create something from it. Lamella's going to actually take this short. See the man sprinting out from the 6-yard box. I didn't track him properly, and he's going to play a nice little 1-2 with Lamella, whips it in. Good header from Kabul, and it comes back off the bar, but it wasn't until we saw the replay that you could see actually this was another world-class save from Courtois. He actually tipped that up onto the woodwork and luckily for me they didn't actually come away with anything from the secondary corner, but Courtois made a couple of great saves in this episode so far. Something that wasn't great was that particular shot from Ashley Posher. I was resting Oscar after that Man City game because he was quite tired actually, and of course Ross Barkley's still unfortunately injured, so Posher's having to step in. He's very, very capable, especially this season, of being able to do such a thing, but Schürrle this time puts the ball away with a similar chance, exactly the way that Ashley should have done earlier on. Beautiful, tidy, swept finish inside that near post. Michel Vorm absolutely helpless. Don't know where Hugo Lloris is. They mentioned Brad Friedel in the build-up. I don't know whether Lloris has moved on and been sold to someone else or injured or what, but he's not playing in this one, and Willian really should have made that 2 in that effort there. The defender went to ground, left him with more space than I think he was aware of, and just smashed it past the post. Tried to just power it into the back of the net and actually got his angles all wrong, and it went wide. So we stay at 1-0, and Spurs are going to get themselves into the box here. Laporte seems to have just clearly taken Roberto Soldado out there, and to start off with, I had no qualms about the free penalty being given whatsoever, but if you look at the replay when it pops up, watch Laporte's leading leg. He goes in, and as far as I'm concerned, he does actually just here put his foot on top of the ball before Soldado strikes it. I think he actually got something on the ball there, and that shouldn't be a penalty, but nevertheless the referee gave it, and Soldado slots it away. As you might expect, Soldado is the penalty master. Doesn't necessarily score too many goals for Spurs in real life from open play, but here proving that he is just as deadly from the penalty spot as he is in real life. Lamela goes on a wonderful run there, so good at his feet. We've clearly seen that in some part in the Atletico Madrid career mode series as well, where we've obviously been using him, but we had to rely on Courtois to make a save. Matic coming off there though, and I think Ramirez and Hulk came on, and the first thing that was going to happen since that change was actually Soldado scoring another goal from open play this time, as you can see, turning at a couple of defenders before rifling it into the back of the net with his left foot this time. We find ourselves 2-1 down, and I was having nightmares about the fixture last year where we lost 3-1 at home against arguably our biggest local rivals, but Ramirez gets the ball into feet here, feeds Diego Costa, good turn, slots in Hulk, and that is a really good finish. Drilled it low and hard into the bottom corner, and the goalkeeper Michel Vorm could do nothing about that one. We're back on level terms at 2-2, and we do actually get the point from that game, so that's an improvement on last year. The game against Man City away is also an improvement on last year. I think we lost that one last year also at the Etihad, so we clearly are making progress as a side. We just need to turn the draws into wins, which is something that hopefully will happen against Norwich City here, although again we'll start with some team news.
Norwich have made one change. Mark Bunn plays in goal. James Tompkins replaces Russell Martin, who's injured. Nathan Redmond starts. He was man of the match in his last game. Ricky van Wolfswinkel is the main striker today. Two changes for Chelsea today. Diogo Lopez starts in goal. Gary Cahill starts with Kurt Zouma in central defence. Hulk comes in for Ross Barkley, who's injured. Wilfried Bony is the main striker today.
Hulk coming into the starting lineup then, the same way that we brought Marco Marin in yesterday when he scored a goal. Seemingly he deserved a start, but unfortunately the first thing that happened was he had to take a man off injured. Ricardo Rodriguez goes down holding his shoulder. Luckily he's only going to be out for about 9 days or so, thanks to the email that I got after the game, so we're not going to miss him for an overly large amount of period, but we have been really unlucky with injuries so far this season, with Willian, Schürrle, Ross Barkley, Diego Costa and now Ricardo Rodriguez all having injuries in the opening few weeks of the year, and weirdly, don't know why Diego Costa didn't just pick that up there, but he decided to just take it under control, and I had to hoof it away. But Hulk with a free kick from 34 yards smashes it off the bar. That would have been a really good goal, one of the best free kicks I'd ever taken on any FIFA, had that found its way just underneath the bar rather than cannoning back off it. But we stayed at 0-0 into the second half. Graben plays in Gary Hooper here. He's going to receive it back from Hooper, and a really good finish into the top right hand corner. Posty stamp stuff just inside the post and bar to give them a 1-0 lead, a shock 1-0 lead, just a couple of minutes into the second half. So we needed to step it up. Cesc Fabregas is going to play the ball into Boney. He gets it through the gap to Hulk. Scored a good goal in the last game, but this time plays it straight at the goalkeeper, and sadly we aren't quite able to get ourselves back on level terms. It only drops as far as Willian though. Finds Cesc Fabregas again being the instigator in the move. Bonnie with a good turn, tries to smash it to the top corner just the same way Lewis Graben did, but unfortunately didn't quite get his angles right and it flies high and wide. But Cesc is going to set through Hulk again, trying to get us an equaliser. He's hit the bar already and he comes so close again to getting us a goal. You'll see from the replay, it starts off perhaps going to come off the inside of the post and then just bends away because of the way he's had to cut across it with the strike. So we stay at 1-0, but the pressure does not ease up. Willian breaking down the right-hand side, gets around the outside of the defender. Cesc beats the defender in the air and brings us back on level terms at 1-1 with 25 minutes to go. So we needed to do our absolute best to just throw bodies forward the same way we did there to get ourselves back in it. But in the 82nd minute, as you can see, this was clearly their game plan for the last 10 minutes, was to hold the ball in the corner. I'm not really too sure why. I'm not really too sure why it took me so long to get the ball off him either. You can see me trying to just either take it off him and then actually try and actively press the tackle button, because 9 times out of 10 you try and do that and they'll just foul him and get a free kick and continue to do it. But I made a change at the very last minute here, as you can see. Diego Costa coming on for Boney. I actually made that change in the 75th minute in game. It just took this long for the ball to go out of play because of Norwich's dodgy tactics. But Willian again breaks down the right hand side, skips past Olsen with the challenge, plays it back to Carvajal, who stands it up. Diego Costa just on the pitch and he's won us the game. A fantastic header from the Spaniard into the back of the net with a real powerful effort, power header. I'm not sure whether he's got that trait actually. He may have the power header trait, I'm not too sure, but it is a really good shot with his head finish, and that gives us all 3 points. So we did deserve all 3 from that one. Norwich playing park the bus for the last 20 minutes or so, but we were able to grind out the victory, which again is something that we haven't done earlier on in the season. So perhaps we really are starting to make progress now. So you can see, still just 2 points behind Manchester United, still undefeated in the league. Sadly for Southampton, they have now lost a game. They've won 4, drawn 8, so at least we're not the worst drawers in the league. And QPR down there in 16th have drawn 8 as well, and of course we drew with them yesterday. So we're drawing a few, but now we're starting to win more than we're drawing, and we're definitely not losing any in the league so far. So it's going to be all up from here, I think, next week. I'm going to try my best to win as many as I possibly can. So that will be, of course, come to you next Monday. But over the weekend, we'll have My Player and Atletico Madrid Career Mode series. There'll be an Atleti video tonight as well. If you don't know what and when I upload, there is a schedule in the description of every single video and on the About tab of the channel page as well, so that you can find out exactly what and when I upload onto my channel. And, of course, in the description, you'll find links to Twitter, Instagram and Facebook as well, and also to g2a.com and FIFA if you want to get yourself some Xbox PSN codes or some Ultimate Team coins for this particular team of the week. But that's going to bring today's episode to a close. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.